Hi there guys, this video is going to be very short and sweet. I'm going to show you all 10 obelisk locations, but I'm not going to bother to travel to them. I'm just going to zoom right in on the map and show you exactly where they are. And if you need to know something like up high or down low, then I'll be sure to tell you. So, let's take a little look at the map. Number one is here. Zooming. It's above the dregs, and you climb up. If you just go past this camp, and go around the side here, you can climb up onto this structure and it's just there in the middle of that square. So that's number one. Number two is at the sinkhole, so all the way up here. That's the sinkhole right there, which is actually, that connects to this if you've not been inside there. So you can't go in that way and then come out because you can't get out of this, you can't climb out. So you do need to come across the desert. But it's this little structure just here. And you can learn an emote from just there as well. So that's number two. Zooming back out. Now across into the jungle. Number three is on here. Now, this is called the Dragon's Eye. I have no idea why. It should be called the Panther's Nest. Because when you go here, there's some panthers there. And sometimes when you teleport to this location, they actually kill you before the screen finishes loading, which is so annoying. Now, to get into here, it's best to come in from this side and come up here, up this path, and then curl around, because it's actually quite high up. And, of course, the jungle is very often very, very dark. So that's number three. 1, 2, 3, yes. Okay, the second one in the jungle is up here. I've not unlocked it yet on this particular playthrough, but there is a dungeon entrance there that takes you all the way through to here. So you come back out about there when you go into it. But one of the pieces you need to remove your bracelet is from the boss at the end of this dungeon. So you might need to go in there. So this here, the upper staging area, the actual obelisk is just there. And it's down almost on ground level, so it's quite low down. This area is covered of really annoying spiders that shoot things at you. They kind of spit at you, and they're so frustrating. They're not like the normal spiders, they're just really annoying. So that was number 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, inside the city. It's here, let's just zoom in. Okay, that's it just there. Now the way to get to this one, you come in through this entrance here, down the path, does that say the Imperial Highway? So you come down this path, you come in through this entrance, you follow the road around in this direction, there's some fire on your right as you bend around, you then come down these steps, walk around here, and the obelisk is just there. Now if you pass the obelisk and continue down here, then that gets you to the archives, which is where you actually unlock your map room. So that was number 5, 6, I'm not sure. Let me think. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So that's 5. Now it's time to go up north. Number 6, I almost forgot about this one, is here. This is a beautiful location. Very, very pretty location and very useful. I love this place. I always build my base around this area. At the moment, obviously, I am there. I normally build it a little bit more hidden away in the sand dunes. I love this section as well, very pretty and very bright, and it doesn't rain, and there's no thunder and lightning. Excuse me. So this is very close to the Shattered Springs. Oh, I need some water. There we go. So the actual obelisk itself is right there on those steps, and you can teleport here, then just go north up to the Shattered Springs, which is the best place in the game for getting brimstone. So, zoom out. So that was number 5 or 6. I hope you're keeping count. Now we go up north. We have one over here. It's by the Cursed Mound. I don't really go to this area of the game very often. I like it. I like these huts. I wish you could build inside these huts. I quite like them. They'd make nice little bases, but it doesn't let you build inside them. It's on this tiny little island here. So that obelisk is number... That must be number 7, because I know there's 3 left. So if I zoom out again, the next one is up here, which is a good place for ice. And this area around here is also the place where the meteors strike, which you hack open to get into the star metal. So if you haven't found any star metal yet, then you need to come up here. It looks like coal, but it's smouldering, and you can pick it out from quite a distance because it's the only rocks in the area that don't have any snow on them, apart from the coal, which is why it looks like coal. But yeah, you go up to it and it's smouldering a little bit. You have to use an explosive jar or a dragon orb, dragon fire with the tar combination to open them, and then you can harvest and mine the ore inside. So this obelisk is about there. I think that's probably it. It's about there, so on the mouth of this area. So yeah, very useful area of the game. If you ever look up in the sky and you see like a meteor strike, then teleport to that one straight away and have a good look around because that's where the star metal lands. The next one, I'm not 100% sure on this one, is you walk across this bridge heading into the mountains and walk around this area, you will be able to see it. It's quite clear. It's either just here or just here. It's very, very close to this plateau. I think it's there, but if it's not, it's here and you'll easily be able to find it. It's very clear to see. And the last one is in the volcano. Zoom in. And it's in this little rectangle here. And it's about there. So just off the side of that little tiny brown circle. So that's the next one, inside there. And that, I believe, is all 10. Now what I'm going to very, very quickly do, is this happen to you? See this here? I've never died there, ever. Yet every game I ever play has that gravestone. So does this happen to everybody? Leave a comment, let me know. Is this gravestone on your map? It is always on my map. So I don't know whether it's my glitch or whether this applies to everybody. So now let's exit from the map. And I'm going to go to my map room now, which is over there, with that leopard on it. And I'm going to have a look and just double check to make sure that I've got them all. This is a beautiful place to build, it really is. Obviously it's right next to water, which is useful. It's near the Shattered Springs. It's near a place where you can get lots of thralls from in the little town, which is just a little bit further south from here. It's very, very pretty. I love this this water, the colour, and it goes beautiful with this build. So yeah, I like this area a lot. Let's just run over here. So there, all the way down this oasis is really beautiful. Oh look, it's actually going to teleport. Am I in God mode? Yes, I am. Well, I'm not going to kill the woody cat because I'm in God mode, and I do like cats. So, oops, I need to stop my targeting. Right, let's just double check them all then. So, the one in the city in the back room, yes. This one is the one by the Shattered Springs, yes, we've done that. This is the one above the dregs, yes. That one is by the sinkhole, so yes. This is the one in the jungle at the Dragon's Eye, which is quite high up, so you have to walk around in a circle to get to it. And it's also annoying because when you teleport there, sometimes you're dead before it finishes loading. This is the one in the upper staging area, which is next to those really annoying spiders. That one is the one, I'll double check that one in just a moment. It's the only one I'm unsure about. Just after the bridge, as you're going up towards the volcano. This is the one that's inside the volcano, in that little rectangle. That's the one that is just in the mouth of that area, which is close to where you get the meteor strikes. And also, obviously, ice comes from around there. And this is the one that's by the Cursed Mound. So the only one I really want to check is this one. I just want to teleport to this one, just to be doubly sure where it is. So as you come across the bridge, just kind of in front of you on the right. But just to make sure I'm not telling you incorrect advice, let's double check where it is. There's always a skeleton running around on this plateau that attacks you, so I'm not sure if he will be attacking me before I actually spawn. We'll see. I mean, normally, if you teleport to the one in the jungle, you can hear yourself being killed while you're waiting for this progress bar. It's absolutely stupid. Oh, look at that. I am being attacked as I teleport. They really need to fix this. They need to create a safe zone around these. I am going to kill this guy because they annoy me. I like that weird chattery noise that they make. I assume it's their jawbones chattering up and down. I like that. Kind of warns you that they're close by. Die, 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 you beast. Don't seem to be doing much damage. Finish him off with these. Oh no, I forgot how stupid these look with the hook. Isn't that ridiculous? I've mentioned this before in other videos, but yeah, with a hook, the daggers look ridiculous. So, back to these. So let's have a look then. So, the bridge, you'll come across this bridge from down there. So as you do that, come up the steps directly in front of you and you'll see it straight away. So there is the obelisk for this one. And there's some pretty cool little locations around here. Have a look around this area because there's some nice little hidden stuff in there. It's quite cool. So there we go. Those are the locations of all. I'm extremely cold. I think they should have made a bigger feature of the temperatures. I know that when you get heat stroke, the bridge of the betrayer. I know when you get heat stroke, that obviously is a bit of a problem. Your stamina goes down, which is very annoying. Although at the moment I am in a mode where my stamina is unlimited. But heat stroke still does affect you in this mode. It doesn't really do anything, but the yellow bar goes down. But I really think that the penalties for too hot or too cold should be greater, so that you have to craft the right kind of armour for where you're going, and obviously eat or drink the right kind of foods. They should have made a bit more of a feature of that in the game. And the other thing, which they should have made much more of a feature of in the game, is the gold and silver, especially the gold and silver coins. The attempt at merchants over in this little town down here, which I haven't actually visited yet, is pathetic. 5 gold coins for a glass flask. It's just ridiculous. So they really need to make more of a feature of that. So there you go. Those are all the locations of the obelisks. I'm absolutely 100% certain on all the ones that I told you but didn't show you. So just go to exactly where I said. The only one I wasn't really clear on is the one I've just teleported to, which was where I thought it was. So not a problem at all. So there we go. Please leave a like if you found this video useful, or leave a like if you didn't find it useful but you did like it. But if you didn't like it, don't leave a like. And if you haven't already, then please subscribe to the channel. If you want to make some comments, then feel free to make some comments. Tell me about that. Tell me about this. Do you have this? Let me know. Let's see how many people have this gravestone on their map. It's always on my map, so leave me a comment. Let me know if that appears on your map too. So that's all from me, guys. I'll see you again soon. If there's anything in particular that you would like to see in Conan Exiles, then if I can do it, then I'll make a video on it. And if I can't do it, then I'll probably try and find out how to do it and then make a video for you. So there you go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be quite safe. I've played this game for hundreds and hundreds of hours. The reason I've now started just making videos on the game rather than actually playing the game is because all of my previous saves have gone. I went away for a month or two, I came back, and everything that I'd done had gone. There were no loot bags, nothing. And that was on the official servers. I was also on quite a few normal servers. I was on one that said, "Will never be wiped," but the actual server itself is gone. So I had no progress anywhere at all on the game. So I decided to just start making videos. And yesterday, I thought, well, if I'm going to make videos, I might as well get myself a server. So I've just created this server because it's much easier to make a video when I can cheat, especially when I can teleport to places. So although I have spent a huge amount of time devoting myself to this game, I've got to the stage now where I'm not sure if I want to put effort and time into the game because I know that I go away quite often and I don't want to come back and have to start again from absolute scratch. So that's just frustrating, especially when you've built what you think is a magnificent base and then you come back and there's just nothing there and you spend, a silly amount of hours doing that. Incredibly frustrating. Or maybe I'll keep this server and I'll turn the decay off completely and I'll just use this one. I'll remove the admin and I'll restart a character. If I do choose to play on this server, I'm certainly not going to cheat on actually playing the game, whether I'm on PvE or PvP. I think that makes it a little bit pointless and very unfair. So if I do decide to do that, the server is the same as my gamer tag. It's Katumi74, as you can see down the bottom there. So feel free to check it out and pop in here. If I do use this server, it's going to be for beautiful bases only. I hate it when people put up like a big block of just a big square. It's just ridiculous. It's so ugly, and it's really easy with the tools that they provide for you to build absolutely beautiful bases. So I might just build some bases in the area and have some fun doing that, and maybe make some videos of doing that. One of the things I've always fancied doing is building a complete village. Let me show you where, because it's my favourite, well, my second favourite area of the game. Here, in this valley, this area right here, I might build a village there. If I do that, then I'll certainly upload a video to share it with you. I think that's my second favourite place to build. My absolute favourite is where I am, over here at this oasis. Second favourite is that little valley. But I also like the tunnel that is just here. The tunnel that leads just through here. I like that one. I've built a few bases in there, and whenever I build a base in this tunnel, I always leave a little passageway for people to travel through, because I think it's really unfair when you block a zone over. So what I did on one of my previous playthroughs is I built a base through this little cave, but I left a little passageway for people to go through. And then at the end of the passageway, I put a little sign saying thank you, and I put a chest next to it. And every day, people put stuff in the chest. So it was a very busy server. There was a lot of people that were going through here, I assume to catch thralls off the ship. But yeah, a lot of people put things into the chest as a way of saying thank you for leaving the actual passway open. So yeah, I really appreciated that. And I didn't get raided for a very long time. Eventually I did get raided, but I think that people thought because I'd been thoughtful leaving a passageway through there is why they didn't raid me. I do like building in here by the boss crocodile. I love this area. I like building a huge castle inside here, but it's just unfair because obviously it stops the spawning of the boss crocodile, and that really annoys everybody else on your server, which I don't see why, because there's another crocodile over here in this area, and there's another crocodile down here, and I'm not sure, there might be some more somewhere else, but there's plenty of boss crocodiles to be killing. But I don't know whether people are going for a particular achievement or trophy where you kill every boss or not, but yeah, people get very, very angry when you build in that little zone there, but I love building there, it's a nice place. So those are my favourite locations to build. As I say, if I do decide to keep hold of this server, then I'll turn decay off, and I will only be interested in building very beautiful bases. And I absolutely hate it when people block areas, and some people block massive areas, and that makes me want to attack them. In fact, one of the things that you see very often, if I zoom in down here, the passageway that goes from here up to here, the passageway that runs through this, a lot of people build inside there. Now there are 3 entrances to this passageway. One of them is down here at the bottom, one of them is there at the top, and there is another one which is up the wall here, and it's very hidden. Now, I have been on a server before when a person has blocked off this entrance at the top and bottom, build a base inside here, but obviously they didn't know about entrance number 3. So because that pissed me off a lot, that they was blocking off these entrances and stopping people going through here, every day, this must have annoyed them so much, I crept in through this secret entrance and stole all of their stuff that I could just grab. So that was all of their thralls that was working on workstations, the contents of their workstations, and I assumed that they was thinking that there was a bug in the game. But they just annoyed me so much that they'd blocked off this area with no consideration to anybody else playing in these zones. So I decided to raid them every single day. So I might have a little look on a few other servers and see whether or not I can find a base that has done the same thing. And if I can, I'll make a video of that and I'll show you the secret entrance into this base. Now, if you do this, to get back out, you need some points on grit, because you have to climb up a wall to get back out. And if you have your grit on 0, and you don't have climbing gloves or anything like that, then you don't actually have enough stamina to get out unless you've got very generous server settings. So you need to invest some points in grit until at least you get to the point where it gives you the discount on climbing, and then you can get back out. It's a bit of a shame if you get in there and then you're stuck in there. It's very obvious that it's you that's doing the raiding. But yeah, I'll go on a few servers that are busy, and if I find a base that has done exactly what I've seen before, a base in here that blocks up the top and bottom exit that leaves the side exit open, then I'll make a video about that and I'll show it to you, because it did make me laugh. Now, the only reason I knew about those 3 entrances is because I built a base in there, but I left the tunnel open and I just built my base up against the ceiling. Now, when you do that, there is another opening about, let me think, there's an opening about there, which goes through to the next level up. So it's kind of like a hole in the roof. Now, what I did is I built a huge pyramid on the top, and at the very top of my pyramid, I built it like one of the Mexican pyramids, like in Chichen Itza, with the squares on the top. And in the very center of the square, I had an elevator going down, and that went through the hole in the floor into the tunnel that goes through, and that was the entrance to my base that was underneath. And I kept my base right up close to the ceiling. Now, because I did that, when I built over in this direction, I noticed that there was an actual gap where you could crawl out. So I included that in my base, and I built a big balcony around here. Now, also, another useful thing about this area that you should know, just here, there is a rock formation that juts out, and if you run along it and jump off, you land into the river there. There's a deep pool in this river just there. The rest of the river is very shallow, but that bit's deep. And if you jump off and land in the river there, you have the achievement for falling for 3 seconds without dying. So if you haven't got that and you want it, then run over there and jump off this structure. So yeah, I'll make a video about that, but I'm going to have a look on a few servers and see if I can find someone that already has a base in this zone. If I can't, then on my own server, I'll actually construct something in there, and then I'll show you guys the base that I've constructed. I'll show you the secret entrance that you can get into. If someone on your server has blocked this up, then it's certainly worthwhile knowing about that, because very often people leave that open. So I think people just don't know about it, especially if they're only building low down. If you build low down, you can't really see it. So that's enough waffling for this video that I said right at the beginning would be short and sweet. Well, you only needed the first few minutes to get the actual obelisk locations, but there, I wanted to show you a couple of locations that I enjoy in the game. So yeah, some of my favourite places. So that's all from me. Please leave a like and subscribe if you've not already. Leave a comment. Let me know about that weird death location. Let me know your favourite place to build a base, and anything else that you want to chat about. So you take care and have a wonderful evening, and I will no doubt upload another Conan Exiles video very, very soon. Bye bye.